How's everybody doing? I mean, do you remember when that question was asked by Elmo and it almost broke the internet? So many responses. Sometimes we forget to ask each other, and then we actually don't make time to listen, at least not with intention and attention and a tender openness. Life is a wee bit overwhelming for most of us right now. When I get in this place, in this space, I begin with pausing and breathing deeply. And then I hang out with Jesus a wee bit and listen for the movement of the Spirit. When I do, I find I can breathe deeper, freer, at least for the moment. Here are some words that I have pondered this season that have spoken to my soul and to my spirit. Through the words of Jesus, he says in John 16:33, I've told you these things so that in me you may have perfect peace. In the world you have tribulation and distress and suffering. But be courageous. Be confident, undaunted. Be filled with joy. I have overcome the world. My conquest is accomplished, my victory abiding. Jesus knows intimately about tribulations, distress, and suffering. He lived with the tension of both political and religious violence. He lived with it all his life, from birth to death. Because of his birth, rulers and politicians and political leaders became fearful of losing their power. Religious leaders were jealous and anxious because of the authority that he had when he taught, because of the healing touch he had for those who were following him became numerous. The crowds who followed him, and so much more. His life was threatened more than once. He lost his life because of the fear and the jealousy and hate that surrounded him. Does that sound familiar? But he says, in him, we can have and know perfect peace. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Appealing about now, right? John 16:33 in the Message says it this way, I've told you all this so that trusting me, you will be unshakable and assured, deeply at peace. In this godless world, you will continue to experience difficulties. But take heart. I have conquered the world. That when we trust him, when we abide in Jesus, we can find ourselves unshakable, assured, and deeply at peace. Even in the midst of all the difficulties that we experience, we can take heart because Jesus has this. Well, he has us, you and me, all their kids. Again, the Passion Version, John 16:33 says, and everything I've taught you is so that the peace, that which is in me, will be in you and will give you great confidence as you rest in me. For in this unbelieving world, you will experience trouble and sorrows. You must be courageous, for I have conquered the world. Wow. What words of encouragement. We could use those right about now, right? Everything that Jesus taught is so that the peace which is in Jesus will be in you and me, and give us great confidence as we rest in Jesus. There's days that I wake up feeling weary, or times I finish the day carrying a weight that is heavier than I would desire. We live in the midst of an unbelieving world where we will experience trouble and sorrows. So how do we navigate the world around us? Or where will we find courage? The courage that we need and to navigate in this world that we live in, trusting in Jesus, knowing that he has conquered the world. We can lean into his strength, into his love, into his grace, into him. We can find courage, the courage we need as we abide in and abide with Jesus, the presence of God, the Prince of Peace. Let's stay there. Let's stay there together. Let's live in peace together. Pray with me. Jesus, we are so grateful for the peace that we can know in you. What's going on in the world is kind of crazy, distracting, fearful, makes us anxious. Sometimes we need to pause and take a deep breath and remind ourselves that we have an amazing peace gifted to us because we know you, because we live in you, because we follow you. Thank you for this amazing gift of peace. May we not give in to the things of this world when we know when those troubles and challenges come our way, they aren't the end. Peace in you is what we're looking for, what we're offered, and we are so grateful. Thank you for sharing your peace with us today and every day. May we learn to share it with each other. Amen. Kathy, now I invite you to help us with a breath practice, one that might free us up to experience some of that peace. Thank you, my friend.
For today's breathing, we're going to really concentrate on opening the nostrils as we inhale and then just exhaling with our lips lightly touching. So really think about opening up the nostrils as you inhale the breath. So we're going to start inhaling, exhaling. Lips are always lightly touching. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And one more. Now let your breathing come back to normal. Whatever it is you do on a normal day, just see the difference. And when you need that big inhale, you know that you can take it through your nose and out through your nose. Thanks for breathing with me.